Hey babes, I'm Cynthia.
And I'm Beverly. Grab your favorite drink. Let's sip and chat.
Welcome to Tipsy and Truthful, the podcast.
Period. Hey babes, welcome back to another episode of Tipsy and Truthful, the podcast where two best friends sip and chat about life, relationships, parenthood, and everything in between. I'm Beverly.
And I'm Cynthia.
So babe, today you're the hosting alone.
I'm hosting alone. Guess what? Guys, it's our 40th episode.
Period.
So virtual claps, Jessica. Hey! It's our 40th episode. And Beverly and I have had this idea for a little while, but we wanted to wait until, you know how we are with the questions and the games on the every 10th episode, right? So we decided to have Beverly's sisters here, and I will introduce. Jessica is also going to be part of the cast, even though she's always part of the cast. But
she's a sister.
Here we have Daffy.
Hi.
We have Shirley.
Hello.
We have Jessica.
Hello.
We have Beverly.
Hi there.
And we're missing one sister, Carolina. But Carolina couldn't be here, so...
My biggest frustration of all time is trying to get all of us together.
Everybody has like different schedules.
Impossible.
Yeah. So we are going to play the same game that we played on Bonnie's episode, and then a couple while back, like episode 10 we had, or 20. I don't even remember. But me and Beverly played this game also. Did it?
No.
Or something similar.
It was
like a card game. So this is the siblings edition, and a lot of the questions are similar.
It's actually the family edition. I realized that they don't have a sibling one.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Family, sibling.
Okay.
There's a lot of repeat questions that we answered as in our friendship one that still apply to a sibling family duo dynamic here. Or not a duo, but quad, I guess. Anyways, so the way that we're gonna do this is that I'm gonna ask the questions, and I'm gonna be strategic of who I'm gonna ask these questions to. All right, so I'm gonna say, Beverly, this is for you, or Shirley, this is for you.
Okay, but like a lot of the questions are like they're supposed to be facing each other, so you have to say like, "Hey, this is from Shirley to Jessica." From Jessica is asking Daffy.
I got it.
Okay.
All right, so we're ready to get started.
Yes.
And should we start off? A lot of these questions are very heavy, but let's start off easy. Beverly to Shirley. What are you learning from me?
So is it what am I learning, Beverly, from Shirley?
Yeah. No.
Oh, what is Shirley learning from me? Oh, your turn, girl. What are you learning from me?
Hey, so I feel like what I am learning from you, parenting, a lot of parenting. What I'm not learning from you is taking care of yourself and not splitting yourself in 5. But a lot of that parenting, I know that you're more than just a mother, but you do mothering so well.
Thanks.
For sure.
So yeah, I would say that. Also,
excuse Teddy in the background. Excuse Teddy's heavy ass breathing in the background.
Yeah,
it's not that bad, babe. It's really worse in your head.
Okay, sorry. It's just that
my loud nephew dog. Yeah, I would say that is mostly of what I feel like I pick up a lot from you. I would also say I don't know. You're just so good at just being comfortable with being you.
Oh, thanks.
That's not just something that I say. And
that's purposeful.
It's
refreshing. It's really nice.
This is the thing. People like you're so confident, and I don't see confidence. I'm just like, I don't care if you don't like this is who I am. You know?
But I feel like that is what confidence is.
And more than just confidence, I feel like it literally, you do act certain ways that is refreshing. It's you, like you say.
Thank you, Charlie.
All right. Beverly to Daftily. What are you hesitant to tell me?
How much of a role model you've been always to me.
Oh, God. This is why we wanted to do it. It's important. This is part of healing. I think this is very important.
And how much I love you deeply. That's it.
Who's paying the $10?
Cállate, Jessica. Don't ruin it.
It's gonna ruin it. I love you too, sis. So much.
I'm going to be crying on the side.
I'm not sure how we're recording this with no tissue boxes, because this isn't gonna really work.
Oh, I don't know.
Because we're all big crybabies. It's not just one of us. It's all of us.
Sorry, I've been going through so much, and no matter what, like, the best parts of me has always been with you guys, you know. All of, like,
Beautiful.
my happy moments has been, like, thinking about the things we used to do growing up, making Ranger cookies, and doing stupid stuff, like going to the store, making picnics and stuff out of random stuff, and just doing whatever it was to make us feel happy and kind of raise ourselves a little bit and give us the parts of us that our mom maybe couldn't give us, even if she thought she was doing it, and she did give us all she can, you know. But as a parent, I've learned, like, your mom really does give you everything she can, and if she doesn't have the resources, then that's what you get, and then you know, you just have to deal with what you got, and then, you know, give grace where it's needed.
Whoa,
you know,
that word I love, because it's huge. Grace is so important.
Yeah.
Thank you, sis.
And give that to ourselves now for the mistakes we're making and trying to break those generational curses.
Amen.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah, as best we can, because we're more conscious in this generation of parenting, as you know.
100%.
And things are so different than how they were even we growing up, you know, the way we grew up.
And I think that's what makes parenting harder for us, because we're conscious about these things. So our parents just went on life doing what they thought was right, obviously, with limited resources, limited understanding, limited emotional intelligence. We have so much more that's why it feels draining and exhausting to parent and to be a healthy family and to know those things, because we're conscious about them and our parents weren't. So kudos for you recognizing that. That's amazing.
Of course, I'm not a perfect person, but I can do reflecting very well, and I know nobody's perfect, and like, maybe as a kid I was maybe more immature, but I see things from all sides now, and like, it's such a beautiful gift that childhood gave me, of like perspectives, you know, understanding things from other people's point of view, and just having that level of compassion as best I can have. Whether it was given to me or not, you know.
All right. Beverly. Wait, I'm getting confused. Okay, so Daftily, you're going to ask Beverly this. What's something I really need to hear?
Something that you really need to hear. Again, that I love you. I felt a lot of guilt in our adult relationship, because I feel like there's been so many misunderstandings and miscommunications. I just want you to know that they're just that. They're just misunderstandings and miscommunications, but it doesn't change the amount of love that I have for you, for all of my sisters. So, you know, you need to hear that you're loved. You need to hear that we all love and support you. It's hard to tell you that sometimes it seems like you think we're like the rest of us are kind of like against you, or I don't know if you think we don't have a lot in common. I don't know what it is, because I can't read your mind, but I hope that you can, maybe this will be a good door to open now, so that you can see that it's more of a perception thing than a reality thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we do love you. We want to spend all these special moments with you like we always have. Okay? You're loved. You're special, just the way that you are.
And I want to go ahead and say that I also feel the exact same way. I love you so much. And I don't know.
Hey, let it out.
Both of you
Let
guys,
it out.
all of you guys, you know, I don't know that sometimes
It's important.
distance myself a little bit because I feel like I'm doing so much other stuff in my life that I feel like I don't always, I don't know, reach out or whatever the case is. But all of you guys, Carolina, you too. Love you guys.
I love you.
Okay.
You're gonna edit that out, right?
No, we're gonna keep it raw. But this is important. Being vulnerable, I think, especially in your adult years, is so important because we're so busy being go, 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 that it is very rare to have these moments where you could just let it out, tell each other how you really feel. I think it's healing. I think it's necessary. So let's just go with it.
I think I need to add a little bit of background information here.
Okay, sure.
So we are 5 sisters. I've mentioned this on our podcast. I'm the oldest. Jessica's the baby. Us 3, Shirley, Daffy, and me, were raised together our entire lives. Jessica and Carolina were in Dominican Republic, and they did live with us, like on and off. They went to school here, but they went back to Dominican Republic to be with their mom. And I feel like growing up, our dynamic was, we had regular sibling tiffs, obviously, but I feel like as adults is when we started to separate more.
Which makes sense. Everybody has their own life.
But it wasn't just separating as in I'm doing my own thing and you're doing yours. I think there was a lot of, in different places, like miscommunications and maybe unresolved, something small that maybe became big because it was just left untalked about. And I think that all of us are now in a different place in our lives where we are able to communicate, where we are able to say I'm feeling X, Y, and Z, and the other person's able to receive it. Yeah. So, that's why you heard tears in the first 2 seconds of this. There's been a lot that has happened in our adult lives as sisters that maybe we haven't addressed until maybe this very moment.
That's why it's important for you guys to let it out and to just be in this moment present. And like, I talk about being present all the time and like, just feel what you feel, what you smell, what you hear, what you see, because it's important to like keep that close to you. It's for healing. To hear that and be able to replay that when you need to, it's important that you remember this. Okay? All right. Jessica to Beverly.
Wait,
So am I asking?
So basically, you're answering. It's like Jessica's asking you.
I feel like I'm answering a lot here, though. Can we?
Well, because unfortunately,
okay.
We're just gonna go in a circle. Everybody's gonna get a turn. What would make you never speak to me again?
What would make me never speak to Jessica again?
Yes.
I already did.
No, that was you never speaking to me. I'm not like that. There's nothing that would. The only thing would be if you like harmed one of my children. Other than that, we're sisters. We could probably work through anything. Would I be upset with you? Would I maybe not want to talk to you for a little bit? Maybe. Because, sometimes you just need space to process things. I don't see, unless you are harming my children. And that would be something that, honestly, in a relationship, as strong as a sisterhood, we should be able to even that. I should be able to forgive you for. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, I don't know. But those are my babies, so I don't know.
You'll beat her up and then we'll talk about it after.
Maybe after a couple fist fights, I could get over it. I don't know, but I can't think of any other reason for any of my sisters that I would be like, I'll never talk to you again. That's just craziness. I don't know.
Okay. Shirley, what do you think is my greatest strength?
You don't see her, but she's batting her eyes.
Ooh,
Here, make sure we could hear it.
I hate her. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a big old clown.
I don't know.
Dang.
Wow, she can't find a biggest strength for you, Shirley.
Dang.
I don't know if that's an insult or
She's just
It's just so many.
I don't know, because I want to say you're caring, but you act like you don't care.
You're right.
Yeah.
So do you?
I do. But you're not wrong. It's not that I don't care.
So I'm going to tell you one thing that I love about you. And I told this to Beverly, and it's just an example. Probably doesn't even answer your question.
Yeah,
but
thanks. Waste of a question here.
So I was talking to Beverly the other day, and I was telling her there's something that, even I don't talk to you that much, and you're very caring, and I love how you care about me. So, for example, like when we go out to eat, you know how indecisive I am. And you order for me, and that's exactly what I want. So, like, you pay attention to whatever anybody needs, and, for the person you love. And so that's why I'm saying, like, you're caring, but you act like you don't.
I guess it's a facade.
100%. Yeah, you do act like you're. And I hope that you've outgrown this, honestly, because we're adults and there's no time for that. But you have had this I don't give a muh attitude like for your whole life.
Yeah.
But that's like fake, because at least for the people closest to you, for the people that you do love, for your family, for your nieces and nephews that you will die for, you're like super like Shirley gives the best birthday presents because she's super like she's paying attention to every detail of what you like, what you don't like. Like that's why she literally Jessica just told me that about the other day, how you know exactly what she wants to eat when she goes out to eat
or anything. Like even if she buys me clothes, she knows exactly what I want. She buys me shoes, you know exactly what I want.
The thing is with Shirley is that her love language is like acts of service and gift giving. So she's very attentive, and she's like this with, like we said, with people that she loves. She knows things, like you could tell her something from 3 years ago, and randomly she'll just be like, I got you this for your birthday. And it's like always the most perfect gift. And it's because you're always paying attention to details. You're always listening very carefully to what people like, what people don't like, what people want. That's a gift. Because I'd be forgetting. But you don't.
So I guess that would be her biggest strength.
That is, you know what?
To detail.
That is a strength. That she loves a lot. She loves so deeply that she is very careful about everything she does. So I think that's beautiful. Oh, by the way, guys, I know that we probably haven't mentioned this before, but let me mention it now. You will see me butting into these questions because I'm the unofficial sixth sister. There's even a group that they have.
It's a
sisters and Cynthia.
I added plus Cynthia because it just says
like,
sisters.
that's it. I'm like, that's it. I'm a sister. All right. This is going to be Daftily to Shirley.
So Shirley's answering, but Daftely's asking the question.
Yes.
My pregnancy brain, you gotta spell it out.
Well,
babe.
I'm sorry because I'm slow. If you can give me anything in the world, what would it be and why?
If I could give Daffy anything in the world, what would I give her?
And why?
I feel like I would give you peace. Just peace, mental clarity, love, all that stuff. I just want you to be happy. That's what I want. Anything that you want to be happy, that's what I would give you. I don't care what it is. If I could literally go to the store and buy it, I would buy it. I cannot, but I can always be that shoulder for anything. Anything. Love you. But yeah. I know.
Can I just say something real quick? I think that, and this is for Daftily, I think you need to be open and willing to accept the love that everybody wants to give you constantly. I think for some reason, I feel like you feel undeserving. I don't know why you feel that way, but you are so deserving of the love that everybody is constantly trying to give you, the affirmations that everybody's always trying to give you, just the support that people want to give you. We want to give you that. And I say we, once again, I'm the unofficial sixth. But I feel like you're resistant to take it. And I don't know why, because you deserve it. And just the way that they give it to each other, they want to give it to you. But you also have to be willing to get it, because it's not going to cost you anything. They're giving it to you because they want to and because you deserve it. You're deserving of it, you know? So I just feel like you need to hear that and really process that, because I feel like for some reason you have some sort of wall up that you feel like you're not supposed to feel that or receive that. I don't know why. Yeah, of course.
I just want to say that I completely agree with you guys. I've always felt that that's what I need for me to like be more comfortable with you guys and be open. But I wanted to hear it from you guys.
Oof.
I wanted to hear it first.
That's big.
Because I have to feel like you want it too. Because this is all I've ever wanted is this family. I love you guys so much. But if I don't feel the way I need to feel in this group, I can't just continue trying just to, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to explain.
To be part of the group. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Or to be
there's
part of the
things that
sisters.
you
and
guys
do
need to
things.
hear,
Yeah.
so you need to understand me more, because
Yeah.
you don't. It's what it is. I'm not crazy. I'm just complicated, and I have my reasons. You know, and I've tried to like gaslight myself out of like thinking these things, but at the end of the day is what you said is it's misunderstandings, it's miscommunications, and I know I have faults in that, you know, my miscommunications for sure, and my, you know, pushing people away. I know that those are like defense mechanisms that I put up against so that I don't have to go through this in your presence. Is really what it is because I don't feel worthy, like you said, to even have you guys when I'm going through it around. Because I feel like I'm a monster, you know, and I don't want to put you through that. And I know that sounds so crazy, but it makes sense in my head, and I'm still actively trying to undo those thoughts.
I just want you to understand that we're all so much alike, because Cynthia has mentioned on the podcast that she was going through her stage when her parents moved to DR, where she was in her desacato. And I told her that I felt abandoned by her. And she explained that she just was going through so much that she didn't want me to see her go through that. When I was going through my tough stage that we talked about this morning, I won't mention it here, but I was going through a really tough stage. I did the same thing. I smiled and I put on this facade like nothing was going on, and I was crumbling. My sister Shirley over here does it all the time.
That's my regular.
That's her
my.
regular
I just
9 to 5.
retract and just do my thing alone. I just retract and just call it a day. And not that I make pretend that everything is okay, but I am okay with.
No, but you're like nowhere to be found.
Yeah, no, not nowhere. Not social media. Not my smell phone. Nothing. I literally retract and just go to work, go to the gym, go to whatever, do nothing, and call it a day. And I'm okay with that, which is not okay.
But you're not okay.
Not okay.
Who else does it? Jessica goes so far as to not even answer the phone.
Jessica takes a nap when we can only call her during those times.
So 9 o'clock, that's her nap, guys. Oh, don't even get me started.
It's actually been reduced to 8 now, so.
Oh, God.
Okay.
The point of all that is to say,
Very similar.
We all have a similar way of dealing with it, and it has to do with how we grew up. I think the fact that we're individually recognizing that that's not healthy is the first big good step.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I think, after this, we can have other conversations. We're going to be like, listen, when I'm going through this tough time, this is what I need from you. And this is what I need from you. Some people, like for me, no me joda mucho. Like if I have too much going on, I can't have something else. Like, are you okay? Like, Cynthia already knows if there's, okay, babe, it's okay. I'll talk to you after. And she knows that when I'm ready to take a breather and then talk, I'm there.
Yeah, if not,
But
Beverly
she also
gets
knows that
extra
if it's been
snappy.
2 days, she's going to reach out and she'll be like, are you alive?
You heard?
First of all, it's never 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, it's 9 o'clock.
It's been 2 hours. Hello.
I need for me,
Yeah.
I need a couple of hours, right?
Yeah.
For Daffy, it might be, I need a couple of days. For Jessica, it might be 2 months. But like we need to do better at
But you
communicating.
know what
it.
the thing is? The one thing it's not that that's not okay. That's more than okay. And it's healthy. I think that it's communicating that. I think that's what we need to get to. Like, I'm going through it right now, guys. I'm not up for it. We'll talk later. I'll call you when I'm ready. And it's just letting the other person know, like, hey, I'm okay. Thank you for checking on me, but right now is not the time. And that's okay. Because we all need that time, you know? All right. I already did you guys. I did Shirley to Daftily.
Now we'll do
Daftily to Shirley?
to Jessica.
Daftily to Jessica. Ooh, this is a good one then. So,
Jessica's answering.
yeah, Jessica is answering. Is there anything you're sorry for? Ooh, Jess. Accountability.
I don't know. Let's see.
Jessica, get vulnerable. I'm getting sick of these.
I need drinks for that.
I'm so early for that.
No, I guess when I moved out, it kind of felt like we were roommates the way I did it, because I kind of never checked on you after that. And we didn't hang out, but it's like we weren't even related. So I'm sorry for abandoning you.
I can see why you did, though.
Not really. I mean, I didn't do it on purpose. I just don't go anywhere. Yeah.
Or laziness. A combo.
A combo. Yeah.
Combo number 9.
I think I should be apologizing to you, to be honest. You didn't do anything wrong, Jessica. Like, you just reacted to my very clearly mental illness. Like, and you backed off. And I understand that. So I don't fault you for anything. Like, I just don't reach out to you because of the same reason. I don't want to affect you worse.
I also, I'm gonna go. This is back to definitely. You need to stop thinking that you're causing anything. You need to stop blaming and making, because this is part of perception. You are making this for yourself because they're not saying this to you. These are things and thoughts that you have formulated in your brain that you believe to be true. And we need to stop them and break them right now, because this is part of breaking generational curses and traumas, because these are things that you're putting into their mouths without them saying it to you.
And to add to that, like,
you know what I mean?
Even though you're apologizing for that, I didn't back out because of that. Like, it literally just happened. Like, it wasn't on purpose. I didn't have anything on you to back out. Like, I didn't have anything like against you.
Had a lot of reasons, girl. What are you talking about?
No. You're my sister.
The perception versus reality thing, right? You're perceiving it as I did X, Y, and Z, so she must be upset or she must need some space. And Jessica on the other side is just being like, well, I'm here playing video games all day and I forgot to call. And it's not that she's not calling you. She's not calling any of us. Do you know what I mean? But the way that you perceive it is, you know, because I said she has a boogery foot.
What the?
I don't know. Because I called her a sweaty butt, she doesn't want to talk to me. And in fact, she forgot that you called her a sweaty butt. And she's just literally playing Call of Duty or whatever she plays.
I don't play Call of Duty. Fuck that shit.
She's putting it on TikTok.
Because
she's
she's
listening to us, though.
Yeah, she's a TikTok famous gamer, by the way, guys. But you know, that's back to perception versus reality. You know, I know maybe you felt like, oh, I said this and it must have hurt her. And I see how that would weigh on you. But she has the opportunity right now to be like, actually, I didn't talk to you because that hurt. And she's just saying, no, I was just lazy.
When I moved out, and obviously you and I had a conversation, we were both crying. I don't even know what we were crying for, but you and I had a conversation. And the reason why I moved out is because you already started your family. Obviously, we moved out as you, your boyfriend, and me. And now you decided to grow your family. And I needed to give you that, to your space, so you can, you know, grow and, you know, enjoy your family. So that's why I retracted myself from that, because it was time. We lived together for years. So I moved to Carolina, and then after that, I found out that I love gaming and forgot about everybody.
Yeah, which is part of our constant struggle.
Yeah, even with Beverly, sometimes it just has to find out from conversations. Like, if I'm sick or anything, I don't go to her. Or if I have something on my mind, like if my mom is going through something happened to her, she doesn't know. Even though Beverly is the person who I speak the most, because obviously with the podcast and everything, Beverly calls me. Yeah. And, you know, even that, I'm not that open with her. And which I'm trying to.
We're working on that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think I want to say that I feel like Beverly is kind of like I don't want to call it the glue, but like the glue. The glue, because she's just like, hey, you, hey, what are you doing, or how are you doing, or whatever, and just all together kind of like, all right, individually talk to us, but also try to do stuff together. So that kind of makes it like she's kind of the glue. It is what it is.
You know, before yesterday, Aliyah was telling me that, you know, for Christmas, she wants us to rent a cabin like we used to and like go everywhere. And I'm like, and I don't know if you guys saw, I put on our huge family group chat on WhatsApp, like, hey, let's go roller skating. And only Cynthia responded. And Aaliyah's like, are we all going to go? I miss hanging out with my cousins. And I'm like, Mommy, I try, but I can't. Like, I used to chase people and call each person individually and be like, hey, did you see the message? Go check it. And I just don't have the energy. So.
And I don't know if I offend anybody by not thing, but I feel like since I don't have kids, and like, I mean, I could go, but I'd just literally be a lump there sitting there enjoying the children, but
that's important.
It doesn't exactly. They need to spend time with their aunts too. It's not just with the cousins.
And the aunts need to spend time with the aunts.
Right.
Yeah.
This is our constant fight. Anyways.
All right. I'm getting yelled at. Jeez.
That was ting, ting, ting. This is getting confusing.
So now this is
I have an answer one for Beverly.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would be Jessica.
Okay. Jessica to Beverly. What are your 3 favorite memories we share?
I wish I could say Jay's birth.
That was traumatizing. She was there when I gave birth to Jace. She almost passed out, but
that could be your favorite memory.
Why
not? It's a special moment. It's something that you.
I don't think she considers that a favorite. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
I mean, the birth part is not my favorite, but I definitely enjoy the involvement of, like, you know, you showing me, you know, not the process, it's not a process, but you showing me how it is and like what you go through and being vulnerable, because I never seen you. I don't think I ever seen you being vulnerable around me.
What you mean while I was giving birth?
No, like through the whole experience, because you know your hormones go through crazy shit.
Ups and downs and sideways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I love you for making me part of that process that you went through, because obviously you could have gone through it with John because that's your partner, but you also included me, and I like that. There's two more. There's two more. So Shirley already mentioned that you're like you have like the mother energy, and I don't know what it is, but you do. And sometimes I feel bad because, you know, and that's when I tell you, when you tell me like, oh, you tell me when you're sick, and I'm like, I don't want to tell you because you're not my mom. I don't want you to feel like you have to make me something, you have to bring me something, you have to take care of me, because obviously I'm a grown up.
I learned boundaries. You don't have to be afraid of that, because if I don't want to, I'm not going to. And I'm sorry if that offends you, but if I'm making you a soup, it's because I want to make you a soup and bring it to you. You need to know that right now. I learned to not overextend myself. Whoops. So if you tell me that you're sick and I don't want to come out here, I'm going to say, hey, tell your husband to go to the store and buy X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My other favorite memory, because that's not a memory, my other favorite memory is in New York, because it showed me that you really care about me, and, you know, and I love that.
I'm trying not to laugh at the New York incident, but we'll go over that another day.
Maternal. You said she's maternal, and when you're sick, you can rely on her. She said that also when you were sick in New York from other reasons, and you also said from Jace.
Guys.
Oh, God.
That was 3.
That
was sick, and Jace. Sick, and Jace. See, vomit, in the cat taxi. Vomit at home.
Uber.
Oh yeah, we got charged for the Uber, and I had to pay for it, and I gave him $20 because he kept giving me the dirtiest fucking look ever. And I was like, okay, here's 20, and then also, Jace.
Okay. Now this is the question that you're gonna answer for Shirley. When is the last time I disappointed you, and how do you feel about it now?
The last time Shirley disappointed me. Can I be real and say it takes a lot to disappoint me?
Okay, when you haven't been too thrilled with me, it doesn't have to be like super disappointing, because I know I'm bomb.com, but like,
it's not because you're bomb.com. It's because I've learned not to set my expectations on others. You are bomb.com, but that's not why. I've had to teach myself.
Which is really
when
hard.
you get disappointed is when you set certain expectation on other people. But yeah, I can't control you or even my own kids. So, the last time I wasn't thrilled about you, I think it's just I don't have any big times. Sometimes when you are like venting and you tell me situations and the way that you handled them, I do get a little disappointed because I'm like, we talked about this already. Like, you know, there's better ways to handle X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like a huge disappointment, but it's like, I just wish that you would see that you already know to do better. But like, I feel like in the heat of the moment, and this is something we learned from our beautiful mom, in the heat of a moment, our emotions be taken over, and we forget all of the logic.
I'm a very emotional person, and sometimes I do react. Not sometimes, most times, which I'm trying to fix. I react more with my heart than with my brain, knowing that I know better, but I just very emotional and sometimes irrational, honestly.
Aren't we all? Let me tell you what I've learned, okay? From my best friend over here. Don't react at all. In the moment, just take a minute, process it, and come back. Once your emotions
Six sister.
Once your emotions are like, okay, let's from a 10 to at least a 7, you're able to at least use your brain and logic more. So I've learned, like, Daphne and I had a conversation that turned into an argument that didn't need to. Because I remember getting defensive when it was literally something so small that we could have just talked about it. But I should have taken a deep breath, walked away, and be like, can we talk about this tomorrow or later or whatever? And then came back, you know? But instead I reacted and I yelled, and I'm not proud of how I reacted.
That's the problem. It's because you're gonna regret it.
Right. Because what
you're gonna
did that fix? You didn't get anything that I was trying to convey to you. I didn't get what you were trying to convey to me because I was just yelling over you. So what? Dime. No estamos na?
Yeah.
So advice from your older sister, when you
Stop
feel
being
like
petty.
that, well, that's a process. Stop being petty is not something simple that's gonna happen overnight. But the way to stop being petty is when you feel yourself getting into these big reactive moments, to chill. And just like, don't react. Just, I need a minute, and go and breathe. Lock yourself in the bathroom.
And that sounds corny.
But I mean, for us, our mom is highly reactive, and we all learned it from her, right?
I mean, I experience it every day with my aunt that is downstairs, Mecho. Love you, Mecho.
Yeah. They're twins, by the way. My mom and
my
aunt.
mom's twin. And not that she's the most loving human you'll ever meet. I swear.
Sure.
She's like the most motherly. It's kind of like Tia Porfiria, kind of that vibe too. But like she like will feed everyone you can think of, literally down to the just like the people who pick up the trash. But she is very reactive, very small things, and it's not like reactive like in any other way other than she has a very high voice. I'm gonna say high voice. No, just
we're yellers.
Yell.
We learn to be yellers.
She basically yells, and it could be something like she's trying to help you, but she will yell at you, trying to help you. And I feel like we see that often, not only with our mother, my aunt. You know, I feel like we grew up around that, and sometimes we picked up. We picked up on that a lot, which I feel like is a really bad habit, and obviously we need to try to control ourselves a little bit better and just better in that aspect. But I understand.
We only have a few more minutes, so I'm gonna. There's one question that I want all of us to answer.
Okay.
And then there's a Dear Cynthia that we have to get to.
Okay.
The question is, what is, and this is not just in our immediate family, it could be in our extended family. What is one thing that we want to make sure we pass on to our kids?
I was going to actually Shirley. I was actually going to ask that question.
Okay.
So that's perfect. Go ahead.
Should I start all over? I don't even know. Shirley just knocked the mic at the damn stand.
She's not used to the studio. It's okay.
We talk with our hands. That's another thing we learned from being in our family.
I was extra excited. I was like, oh, me.
So all of us are going to answer it. Two things. And we try to keep it short, okay? What's one thing that we want to pass on that we learned either from our immediate family or our extended family? And one thing that we definitely don't want to pass on to our next generation. Who wants to start?
I can start. Hey, where's yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I owe you a couple rolls of this.
She's rich. She'll be fine.
$20.
Oh, Gia?
This is bamboo paper?
Listen, I just want to add on, you're better off crying your pants off than using her paper towels, because $10 to cry.
Plus $20 for the roll. That's $30.
Nah,
I'm just trying to save my shirt from having.
I can't charge Daphne anymore because
All right, go ahead.
All right. So one thing I want to pass on to the next generation, just being together. Just being together in general, like always being together. And honestly, we're always with our extended family or with our immediate family, we're always together in some way or another. We're always in all different group chats and stuff like that. And then one thing that I don't want to pass along, grudges,
Ooh,
you know,
that's a good one.
just let it go.
So, I would like to pass on for them to be more vulnerable, to be more open, and
Nice. From Jessica.
show more love, obviously. And something that I wouldn't want to pass on is I don't know, it goes again, not being so reserved.
Ah.
I don't know about sharing or anything like that because I didn't grow up in that like big family. Happy, but not a big family because my cousins, I didn't grow up with them, so I don't know how to not pass that along, you know.
What the one thing I want to pass on is what Shirley said, like the togetherness. I feel like now that we're older, we're like it's less common. Yeah, but this is why I want to buy a big house with a huge yard because I'm gonna be the one throwing the family barbecues. I'm cool with it. I'll host. But the togetherness that we always used to do so many things together with all the extended family, that I want to pass on. What I don't want to pass on is emotional immaturity. I think it's time to remove that.
So what I want to pass on to like my sons, for example, is to always be open-minded and to just try to see things from other people's perspectives and to always strive your best to do your best in the world and to be upstanding citizen, I guess, and to never let anybody dull your shine and just always be yourself no matter what because you're perfect the way you are. And then what I don't want to pass on is the generational trauma that we've all, like the being poor and the lack of like awareness of emotional, like, you know, maturity and stuff like that, and intelligence, and the willingness to see other people's perspectives, you know, and thinking that your way is the only way. I guess there's always everyone's way is valid. Everyone's valid, and just to love everybody just the way they are, the way you want to be loved, and that's it. Yeah.
All right. So we got a Dear Cynthia, and this Dear Cynthia is, let me just say, tough. So I'm gonna read what the reader asked.
What the listener?
What the
asked?
listener? I'm like, reader. No, wait. How do you deal with narcissistic people? My mother, in my opinion, is a narcissist who lives with me. We haven't spoken in years. Yes, she still moved in with me, but somehow has used her manipulative tactics against me up until recently. Her biggest tactic is emotional abuse, and I noticed that it's something she's done my entire life. I am not her only child, but I'm the one that she targets. I've recommended she move out, pero como que no está en eso. She still walks around like she's the victim and I'm the bad person. There's no way I can have a conversation with her because 1, she'll ignore me if I speak to her, and 2, she'll immediately manipulate the situation to come out as the victim. I have zero patience for it and immediately shut down. The one time I did somewhat stand up for myself, it was through text. Yes, she lives with me, but if I speak to her, she'll ignore me. And she immediately flipped the script and made herself the victim. I just stopped engaging. This isn't healthy, and my children see some of it. I'm constantly finding myself having discussions with my children explaining that her behavior is unacceptable. She has other children she can live with, but refuses because they won't put up with her BS and will kick her out. I told her she needs to move out, and her response is, I'm looking, but I can't sleep in the street. If I'm so bothersome again, I just ended the text thread at that point. I know her behavior stems from trauma growing up, but I'm at a point in my life where I don't care. I have my own traumas and I try to do better for my children. Why can't she? Especially now that we're adults and she's dependent on me. I'm trying to keep this as anonymous as possible because your podcast is local to me, and I'm sure if family members are a part of your audience. I'm not sure if family members are part of your audience. I recently found your podcast and relate so much to both of your experiences and your advice. It really sits well with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
So Cynthia and I actually discussed this, and we had not opposing, but we had different ideas for how to deal with this.
Yes.
Who wants to go? You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
My idea from the beginning, when I even started reading this and knew all the details, was you don't need to put up with it. What I would do in this situation, if the excuse is that yo no puedo vivir en la calle and I have nowhere to go, is I don't know what your financial situation is, but I would definitely scrap up some cash, encontrarle un cuartico, a little room, and say your rent is paid for 2 months. But I'm not going to put up with this, and I don't need to put up with this. I'm done with the disrespect. I'm done with the abuse, and this is my boundary. I helped you. From then on, you're an adult. You figure it out. That's what I would do in this situation, because you should not be putting yourself and your children, especially if you're trying to break all these traumas, in this situation. And you're not the one that needs to leave. You're not this is your home. You opened up your home to your mother who didn't deserve it, and you have to put up with this? I don't think so. I would say that's my advice.
And for me, just knowing myself and what I would do if I was in that position, it sounds like your mom is not somebody who can just logically you having a conversation with and they'll be like, okay, I get it. I would leave. I would be the one looking for a place, and I would pick up and leave with my kids. Again, depending on the financial situation, because I know apartments right now, especially in our area, are ridiculous. Okay. But I'm not saying you should do this. This is what I'm saying. If I was in that position, I think it would be easier for me to find a place and be like, okay, now you really have no excuse. The apartment is empty.
It's the opposite.
I'm taking my children, I'm taking my stuff. Like I don't know, if you want to stay here, talk to the landlord. But from now on, there's no electricity in my name here. There's no gas bill. Call National Grid, figure it out. But I'm out.
I don't think that's fair though, because just like you said, once again, we don't know her financial situation, but it's easier for her to come up with 2-3 months of un cuarto, which is $700, than her having to come up with first, last, and security deposit, especially the way rent is set up where we live. And to put herself through that stress and her children through that stress, maybe having to move the children out of schools because now you're in different district, it doesn't make sense to me. And that's why I say, like, I get where you're coming from, but the mother's the one. She's a single person. Clearly, you need to figure it out. I let you stay here, but you also you're abusing me. And my children are seeing that. And that's adding to their trauma, into the stress that I'm trying to eliminate. So you're not welcome here. Get out. That's as simple as I see it.
I think the reason I see it as more complicated is because I know someone personally who has a narcissistic parent. This parent was kicked out for months and didn't go anywhere. You can't physically pick up this person and take them out of your house.
I'm sorry, but I would go even legally.
That sounds so easy, Cynthia.
I know. And I'm not saying that it is easy. I'm just giving.
So you're saying that would be more of an option than me picking up and leaving?
I'm just thinking about financially. Some people don't have that financially.
I get it. I don't have that financially. But I'm saying if I was in that position, I would start planning. And I would be like, bueno, mira, ya viene the end of the year. Ya con los taxes, yo voy a buscar un apartamento. Yo me voy a sacrificar. It's going to be, yes, I was planning on using that money to take my kids on vacation or to pay off debt or whatever. For me, my peace of mind, again, cada cabeza es un mundo. I say it here all the time. For me and my peace of mind, knowing that I can't physically control another person, I would leave.
Yeah. And I get that. But, I mean, I know that this situation is tough. So that's as far. I feel like I don't feel as comfortable saying more because me and Beverly have talked about this. Like, we need to get more versed in what narcissistic behavior consists of. I think we toss that word around all the time, but we don't truly know like all the characteristics, how to even handle that. So until we get to a place where I feel comfortable talking more about it, that's as far as my advice would go.
Right.
To deal with
get
this
a therapist.
situation.
Listen, babe, get a therapist because you're going to need help. If you're really dealing with a narcissist, this is going to affect you. You're going to have to like grow from this. Like that really messes with people.
Yeah.
So, I really wish you well. I hope that whatever decision that you make, it is the best for you and for your children. I'm sorry that you're in this position. That sucks. I can't even imagine. And thank you for coming
Trusting
to us
us.
with us.
Yeah.
To us with that. I can't even talk.
Well, this was a very amazing episode.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Thank
for
you, sisters, for
us.
joining us.
I think we have to do this more on off camera.
Yeah,
so
we
that
do.
we continue to heal, continue to forgive, and continue to move and live life moving forward. Like on a new page, on a new pace. But anyways, with that, thank you for not getting tipsy with us.
But still keeping it truthful.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out on Instagram at Tipsy and Truthful Podcast.
And TikTok at Tipsy and Truthful. See you next week.
Love you, babes.